Psalms 147, verse 19 and 21.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, my mighty brother.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119.
Salakia, 147, verse 19.
You said 119 and 147 or 147 and 119?
There you go, 147, verse 19.
Okay, come.
Uh,
This is the book of Psalms 147 and 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Continue, King.
He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as far as his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
So he's telling us right there that he's only given his judgments, his statutes, his laws, his dietary laws, everything that's in it specifically only unto Israel. He has not given it to any other nations. So all these other nations, they can eat these abominable things. They can eat fried spiders. They can eat goddamn doggy doo doo. They can eat minced meat, which is bats. They can eat all these things, but we cannot eat it. We cannot eat these things. Let's get First Maccabees 1 verse First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 40, and we're gonna read down.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, and verse 40. As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning.
Continue, King.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all shall be one people.
Salakia. So now this goes again. This is how you can also see what a connection is between the Grecians and the so-called Americans, because they are the same people. And what they're doing at that time was telling us to leave our laws and become one people. What is under the so-called American flag to this day? The American flag said all people under one God, under one nation, with liberty and justice for all. You see how this is going? These are the same people, their descendants, with the same thought process. But the thing is, we didn't notice. Why we didn't notice? Because they made sure during slavery times we were to leave our laws. And they made sure they beat out of us, majority of us, our elders, they beat it out of us. They made sure to put us in such a terrible way and terrible pain and terrible ways of living. Whipped on our children, raped our women, to bring them to a state, a mental state, destroying their minds, frozen. As you can see, sometimes when women nowadays get raped, they're in a frozen mind, a frozen thought. They're scared. They're scared. And they're going to do everything, shaking and looking around like, oh, somebody about to touch me or something like that. They're scared. They're in a frozen state. The same thing goes with the men when the so-called oppressors, the slave masters, was butt breaking a lot of our men. Same way. Same damn way. So now what they had to do was to break our mentality, break our thoughts, break our chain of thoughts, and break our livelihood. And what I mean by livelihood, they stopped us from following the laws of the Most High God. So all the elder men or the elder women that knew the laws by heart, that knew the ways of life and how to move, he took them to another plantation. Once they have born children, took their children to a different plantation and raised those children up their way. Their way. taking you away from your God, your statutes, your laws, and your commandments. And therefore, you start to eat a lot of these abominable foods that you're not supposed to be eating to this day. Let's continue, King.
And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
Continue.
Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
Look at that. Many of our people, as they do to this day, many of them, same thing back then as they do now, to this day, consent to this wickedness. This is why we got a whole lot of scoffers to this day. A whole lot of scoffers, because again, they want to be a part of these people. They think that what these people are telling us is an absolute truth. Everybody should do whatever they want to do. Everybody should be what they want to be. But you're not doing what you want to do, and you're not being what you want to be. Because everything for us is a system. It's a lie. If you want to be what you want to be, how come I can't be the true Jew that I'm supposed to be? How come when I say I'm the true Jew and I found out in my history that I'm the true Jew, I am now an anti-Semitic, or I'm going against the so-called Israelis? How come I can't practice the laws of my God because you took me out of my land and you destroyed my temple? And then you put other people in my land. Then you have the damn nerve to tell us to go back to Africa, but you know damn well we can't go back over there to Africa because you put people in our land. So you don't want me to be who I'm supposed to be. Because if I do come up to the statute, laws, and commandments, you know your kingdom is definitely doomed. It's over for you. Let's get 2 Peter's chapter 3. Let me see here. Let's get verse 16 real quick.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 16. As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, and which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures, unto their own destruction.
Gone. Let's jump up to 10. So now what he's telling us there again, because a lot of so-called Christians and a lot of our people who read his epistles, because Paul, in some of his epistles, it tells you to eat things unto idols. And a couple of Christians try to bring that out, that Paul said we could eat these things that are sacrificed to idols. That's not what Paul is saying. And this is why Peter made sure he said such a thing like this. That's not what he was saying. But because our people wanted to follow the laws of these other wicked people, because they want to do what they're doing and want to be like them, because they don't want to come out to the laws of the Most High God, like it said here again in 1 Maccabees 1 verse 43, that many Israelites consented to these laws, same as they do today. They consent to these laws and these lies of these people. And when you tell them the truth, they don't want to hear it. Bring it out, Mighty King.
Verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Come on, look at that. So when the people tells us that these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God are done with, Peter is telling you when it's going to be done with. So this is also a cut to their lies about talking about the laws are done with. Oh, this and all that. Christ told us, now one jot or one tittle to heaven and earth pass away, And Peter is telling you exactly how heaven and earth is going to pass away. And that's going to be what? During World War III. During World War III. Let's go up to verse 3 to 4.
Verse 3. Knowing this first, Salaki, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
Now, verse 3 talks about all the people who come to us. Oh, why are you preaching this? Why are you saying that? The laws are done with. That's pertaining to Christians. That pertains to Muslims. That pertains to father sinners. That pertains to atheists. That pertains to all those people out there. He's warning us that these people are going to come at the end of the days and go against the children of God and go against the word of God, like they're doing to this day. This is how you also know this book is full of prophecies. This is the truth. This is not a lie. Islam don't even tell you about things like this because it's not in the Quran. It's a cardboard copy, and a bad copy at that. Verse 4, this goes into one of the scoffers, our own brothers. He was not in the truth, but he came up to the camp. He was asking us, what are we doing out here? Why is this? What is going on with this? What are we doing out here? What are we supposed to be doing? Everything is still the same. These are the men he's talking about here. And we ran into a couple of them at the camp. The first thing they want to say, let me get the mic, let me get the microphone, let me get out there and talk. Hell no. Hell no. Just so you could get up there and try to defame the most high God and defame his Bible, his scriptures that he given to us that you can't prove nothing about it being a white man's book or anything like that because you don't want to follow laws. And then you wonder what we're doing while we're out here preaching the same words, but nothing has changed. The reason why these things haven't changed in your eyesight because you don't know the look for the times. You don't believe in Christ. So since you don't believe in Christ, and since you don't believe in this Bible, you don't know what the hell is going on with the people. You don't know what's going on with this world. Carl, Salakia, I would like to play this short video here. I'm gonna see if I can send it to the elder once again. I'm gonna send it to him so he can share it with us on the screen. If he could play this real quick. Let's see how wicked these people are. When you get a chance, elder, could you play that video that I just showed to you real quick? I have a couple of more.
Okay, come.
This is gonna gross out a lot of people. And this is also going to show you again about the slave trade, and not just the slave trade, the human trafficking trade, what these people do. Do y'all know what that is? The water.
Okay.
Do any of my brothers and sisters know what that is right there? Anyone? Well, that right there is because it's called human penis soup. That's what that's called. Human penis soup. And this is what these people are eating. These are some wicked people. Who is this? Moab and Ammon? And then you got Esau there with it, Moab and Ammon, and Esau's there with it. Why? Because he want to try new things. Oh man, these wicked people. These are some of the wickedest people you have ever seen in our life. The wickedest. The wickedest people ever.
So it's Trevor James here in Penang, and today we have a bit of a special edition. My producers have done a bit of research, and we are going to have a special type of soup, beef torpedo, which is ox penis soup. And that's what we're going to try today, because I live for local food, and apparently this is a local specialty here in Malaysia. So this is the ox torpedo soup. Wow. Oh, look.
This is that.
Look. Oh.
Beef
It's not
penis,
just
torpedo.
human
Penis,
It's like the Loch Ness Monster. Oh! How much of this do you sell every day?
300 balls?
300 balls.
Yeah.
Wow, and what's so good about eating the torpedo, the ox penis?
Torpedo is the meat lah, but we have this herbs all for good for your health.
Good for health.
Yeah.
Those
This is
the testicles.
ball.
The ball. It smells very aromatic. Oh.
You know,
They bring that to these days, okay?
yeah, man. You notice every time these people eat these things, they always say it's good for your health, huh? It's good for your health. Now, how many of
Go ahead, Kid. No, sorry, go ahead.
now we've eaten many things and survived, especially our people. We have eaten garbage from chitlins to chicken feet, cow's feet, pig's head, snouts, pig ears. We've eaten many things and survived. Many things. And we haven't really gotten that much of a health issue except for diabetes and a lot of other things, which ain't good, which is not good. But eating these other things here, which they claim is good for your health, you only get that from the other nations. You only get that from the other nations. They don't have these statute laws and commandments. They don't have these things. So they eat whatever the hell they want to eat. They are different from us. We are not to eat these things. We are not. Yeah, I just sent you another one, Elder. And a lot of these people that eat these things are abomination, abominable people. We're going to show you this wash pot. Most High God calls them a wash pot. We're going to show you what they eat over there in that country also.
The views in this video are so rare. There's 500 million users on TikTok, and you will probably never see my account again. But I'm not gonna ask you to follow me. I'm not.
Do you see what that
The
is?
views in this video are so rare. There's 500 million users on TikTok, and you will probably never see my account again. But I'm not gonna ask you to follow me. I'm not.
Now, when it comes up, it says Chinese restaurant serving human meat. That's exactly what that is. Gone. A lot of them eat their dead relatives, or they probably sell them as meat. Sell them as meat. And this is what these people do. And these are the people that you want to marry, talking about this is their culture. Get into a Chinese culture or a Japanese culture? Are you kidding me? Let's get another one. I just sent you another one, Eldo. So like I said before, Israel, I know he's seen a lot of disgusting things from these people, but this just to show you, to be how thankful and the Most High God chose you to be separate amongst these wicked nations, amongst these wicked people, these wicked, disgusting people. To the point where they're not doing this behind closed doors. This is in restaurants. Restaurants. So when you hear a lot of people that's missing or they're kidnapping kids, understand where they're going to. Understand that. And look at Esau. Did you know?
I'm not sure why I'm not hearing the audio.
Come. And this is what Esau is telling you, that human meat tastes like chicken. This is what he's telling you. This is what he's eating out there. And he's happy to eat it. He's happy to eat it. All right, I'm gonna send another one. I sent you another one. We got about 3 more to go. 3 or 4 more videos to go. Let's just show you how wicked these people are. Now, I want to see how many brothers and sisters are going to have precepts just for this. I got a few. And it all comes down in Leviticus.
In the far reaches of Papua New Guinea, the Karen tribesmen hunt a delectable dish. It has fur, fangs, and claws. And it's not something most Westerners would dare to taste. It's a bat, the flying fox bat, to be precise.
It's tasty meat, flying fox. A couple of times a month, we eat it.
To Westerners, bats are the stuff of nightmares and horror movies. Just say bat and many think of vampires, sinking their fangs into helpless victims. Even in the real world, bats are thought of as carriers of dreaded diseases like rabies. But in the Madang region of Papua New Guinea, the Karen people have a long tradition of hunting bats as food. The flying fox is the most common breed of bat here. It's also the largest bat in the world. That means bigger claws, bigger teeth, and bigger wings. These fruit eaters can weigh up to 3.5 pounds, 50 times as much as the average bat. The flying fox bats aren't easy to catch, but for these Karen men, it is a tradition. They have been raised from boyhood to use ingenuity and homemade weapons to nab them. Today, they'll mount a sneak attack through the thick overgrowth and come at the bats from behind. The flying fox bats wait unsuspectingly with their beady eyes and large wings. The men will have to wade into the lake. But there's one problem. These waters are teeming with deadly crocodiles.
We went into the trees, hit them while they were hanging. They fell down, and we caught them. They fell into the water, and we got them and put them in the canoe.
Back at the village, fresh coconuts are cut up for the main dish. The hunters steered clear of the crocodiles and brought home plenty of bats.
Now I'm singeing the hair on the flying fox bat.
The bat is roasted until the fur is gone, then cut up into pieces and lightly boiled. Much of the meat remains raw. This creature has fangs, claws, and leathery wings, which would make it highly unappetizing to most outsiders. But these men's mouths are watering. As an appetizer, the chefs also roast sago grubs. A little green garnish completes the dish. As the ones who brought it back to the village, the hunters will eat first.
Nice.
They eat the bat bones as well as the meat. And how does raw bat meat taste?
It tastes like chicken.
Everything
Same
tastes
kind
like
of
chicken,
flavor.
huh?
It tastes good. Other places don't eat them. We don't know about their food traditions. We eat them because our ancestors did, and so will our children and grandchildren.
Mr. McCandles. This is Bella.
Hello, Bella.
Come. Let's get Leviticus chapter 11, verse 13. And we're going to read down to 21.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 13. And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They that shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle and the ossifrage and the osprey and the vulture and the kite after his kind, and every raven after his kind, and the owl and the nighthawk and the cuckoo and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gier eagle, and the stork, the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat. All fowls that creep going upon all four shall be an abomination unto you.
Look at that. All fowls that creep going up on all four shall be an abomination unto you. A bat crawls on all four. A bat. And those people eat that. They eat it like it's nothing. As you notice, they say everything tastes like chicken. Human meat tastes like chicken. And bat tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken, huh? These people are wicked and disgusting. Let's get another video real quick. Guys, are you a foodie too? Who loves to try different? Let's get another one here real quick. I just sent you another one, Elder video. I'll put it on there for the screen for the people. This is just to show you that all these other nations that were not given the statute, laws, and commandments, they eat whatever the hell they want to eat. You're eating a bat. A bat has rabies and all kinds of disgusting diseases inside it. And you're eating that. This is an abomination to us. This is why the Most High God separate us from these other nations. This is why we're a holy people unto the Most High God. We're not to defame our temple by eating these disgusting things. We're not. The other nations eat it. We are not to eat these things. So when you tell them that that is unclean to be eating those things, again, they will get mad at you for saying that. So this again goes to the reason why the other nations always hate us. Always will hate us. Because we are not to eat these things. And look what the commentary said. Again, their tradition. This is what Esau puts out there. Their tradition, their way of life. Just so he can make it enticing for other people to come in and try it. Other people, like our people, mainly, to continue to break the laws of God by going out there and trying to eat a damn bat. When you get a chance, Ella, can you play that last one I just sent you? These are some of the most disgusting things that these people out there, they cook and they eat these things. These things that we are not to be touching. These people love it. Before that other can play that, let's get Leviticus chapter 11 and 24.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 24. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever touches the carcass of them shall be unclean until the evening.
So you can't even touch the carcass of these things. You can't even touch it. You can't touch anything that pertains to these things. They die on their own. You have to get somebody else to come get that out of there. We can't even touch it. Let's jump down to 27.
Verse 27. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whoso touches their carcass shall be unclean until the evening.
That goes unto dogs. That's dogs right there. Who the hell has paws? What animal that we know that we eat that has paws? Who? What animal? Shalaki. Let's go down to 40 up until 43.
This is Leviticus chapter 11, verse 40. And he that eateth the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. He also that beareth the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination, it shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, or whatsoever have more feet among all creeping things that creepeth upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination.
Salakia. So now we go down here again, what creeps upon the belly. That's talking about snakes. And this right here also is talking about spiders. What has more legs? Spiders, roaches, what other nasty, disgusting, creepy that we can think of? That just look plain disgusting and you're not supposed to touch it. What else they got out there? I know you brothers and sisters seen a lot of those things out there too. Caterpillars, slugs. What else is there? Water bugs that is known as toe biters.
Yeah, crap.
That tells you got something disgusting on it. When they cook it, don't they tell you that beware of the dead man? Like, what the hell is that? The dead man on a part of a crab? Have you eat that? That's poison to you? Oh man. Elder Shemaiah, are you on? Let's see if I can share it. Let me see. Okay. Let me get a couple of scriptures real quick until he get back. Let's go to second Philippians. Let's start at 3 verse 21. Philippians 3 verse 21. Philippians. What the heck was I thinking?
What chapter? What chapter? You want chapter 1?
3. Chapter 3, verse 21.
God, this is the book of Philippians chapter 3 and verse 21. Who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
Right. So when you eat these abominable things, your body won't be changed into the glorious body that the Most High God wants it to become. It won't be changed into that. Because you're defiling the body that he gave you already on earth by eating these abominable things. And when you eat these abominable things, they do very disturbing things unto your body. Your body, not theirs. You heard what they say. They said it's good for you. It's healthy for them. Eating cows' penises is healthy for them. Eating human penises is healthy for them. Eating dog's dung is healthy for them. But it's not for you. Let's get 2 Corinthians, matter of fact, 2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 42.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 2, and verse 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with song.
We're going to continue to 48.
Con. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked.
It's like it might have came to water. So now we get here to a situation where Christ is going to gather his people together. And Ezra saw this. He saw this. This was a vision that the angel was showing him. That a certain amount of people is going to be gathered together. This is why this lesson is about gathering ourselves together, getting away from the other nation, separating yourself from your enemy. Separate. We have to gather ourselves together. We can't be eating these abominable things and thinking Christ is coming to save us. That's not going to happen for us. That is not going to happen at all. Let's continue.
So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people that manner of things. What manner of things? And how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen.
God. So he answered, said unto me, the Son of God. So this is why we keep going at it and telling people to repent and uplift Yahweh and to speak about him and to tell your children about him, because he comes in the volume of the book. Everything was given unto him. When we don't do that, he will not come and gather us together, but we will be separated from him and from the laws of God and separated from the kingdom of God. We will be with the other people and the other nations out there who are going to be outside of the kingdom. They're going to be outside of the kingdom. Let's get that in Revelation 22, verse 14 and 15.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 14 and 15. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. This is talking about everybody out there, not just their people, but also of our people. also are our people. And this is also a cut to any Christian out there who's telling that the laws of God are dead. Because again, in verse 14 tells you, blessed are they that do his commandments. Blessed are they that do his commandments. Now, we as Israelites, we know his commandments are not dead. We know that. We get that in the book of Baruch, the 4 verse 1 also. We get that here. But it seems like our people don't understand these things. So this is why God tells us again to gather ourselves together. The ones that understand that we must keep his laws and keep the faith, we are to gather ourselves together. Get away from these wicked people. We are not to be with these wicked people. And the ones that don't love Christ, like Christ said, the ones that don't want to follow Christ, the ones that don't want to keep the laws of God like Christ was keeping, they are what? An enemy. So let's get Ecclesiasticus 6 verse 13.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends.
Separate yourselves from your enemies. To lock it from these people. They will continue to do all kind of wicked things, and we are to separate ourselves from them. Even our is it family members or friends or anything like that that is not from the laws of God, we are to separate from them.
Who loves to try different foods from simplest to weirdest kinds? Yes, you heard the right word, weird. You may feel cringe, but people around the world are simply licking their chops. So, we hope that you've brought your appetite to know, because we are going to count the 10 weirdest and disgusting foods in the world. But before this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for such amazing facts. Here we go! Number 10. Tuna eyeballs. Its main region is Japan. Many people try tuna eyeballs for the first time, and I swear they're hooked on them. It's a fairly cheap dish. It can be served as simply by boiling or steaming and seasoning with soy sauce or garlic. Tuna eyeballs taste a bit like squid. The muscles and fats that surround the eyeballs are the yummiest part for its enjoyer. Although it sounds something a bit nasty, however, people somewhere love to eat it. Moving on to number 9. It comes the 100-year egg, also called century egg in different places. It's a Chinese preserved food. The eggs of chicken, quail, and duck have been preserved for a long time by the coating of alkaline clay. Century eggs can also be eaten without side preparations, other than peeling and rinsing them. At special events, it is served with sliced pork and head cheese as a cold dish. Number 8. Balut. Balut serves as street food in the Philippines. It is a fertilized bird egg, commonly duck. The inner matter inside the egg, which is a well-developed embryo, is soft enough to be eaten as a whole. It is considered a cheap source of calcium and protein. I can never even touch it for various reasons, but people sprinkle salt and add spicy vinegar to make it worth delicious to eat. Amazing. Number 7. Bird's nest soup. The nests of birds are made up of edible swiftlets. Nests Indian swiftlers and other swiftlets using solid saliva. Its region is Southeast Asia and East Asia. It is not wrong to say that you're eating a bowl of spit. Yes, exactly, it is made up of bird saliva, which is dry and hardened. Now it might seem disgusting, but it is believed that it has some magical properties like curing cancer, building a strong immune system, helping children to grow taller. These nests are so expensive. For example, in New York, it's like thousands of dollars. Whoa. Number 6. Hot pot. Hot pot is a Chinese fondue, most popular food serving in China. It is prepared by poaching the pot of soup stock. Normally, the hot pot ingredients are vegetable, leaves, mushrooms, and seafood. Raw materials sliced into thin sections that will cook consistently in the simmering broth. The reason for the popularity of hot pot is that it is considered a great way of socializing. People can sit together, eat, and do the chit-chat. Number 5. Maggot cheese. You all are thinking now that this item would be delicious because it's cheese. But no, listen. This cheese is penetrated with insect larvae called maggot cheese. The cheese made up from sheep's milk is pecorino, which has larvae introduced in it. Then fermentation occurs side by side. The cheese becomes soft as the larvae digest the cheese fats. It has now been banned for health reasons, but still selling in black in Sardinia and somewhere in Italy. So which one is the most weird for you until now? Share it in the comment section and don't move on. Here is something more for you. Number 4. Yak penis. Yak penis, yes, you heard right. This is mostly found in Taiwan, Beijing, and other cities of China. The yak penis is similar to the actual meat. Firstly, it has to be opened and washed thoroughly. Later, stews the meat in a pot and served with soy sauce, spices, and herbs to add taste and make it yummy. It is said that as soon as the penis hits your tongue, it activates the brain and enhances sexual desire. My God. Number 3. White ant's egg soup. This is a Laotian dish and made up of white ant eggs. It is common to see in Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia. It contains a mixture of eggs, partial embryo, and baby ants. It is said that people who have tasted it said the eggs released a sour flavor after popped in the mouth. You may all produce sounds like, oh no, disgusting, but this delicacy is supposed to be quite tasty. Number 2. San Nakji. San Nakji is related to Korean cuisine. It is prepared with a sharp knife. When the dish is ready to serve, the octopus tentacles jiggle amongst carrots, cucumbers, etc. Many Koreans eat by wrapping it around the chopsticks and popping it into their mouth. The taste is chewy, salty, which attracts culinary daredevils. Number 1. Khash. Khash is the king of the Armenian winter table. It is the boiled parts of cows or sheep. The parts include the head, stomach, or feet. The process of making khash is long yet interesting. The feet and other parts are cleaned and kept in cold water to rid of the bad smell. Later, the boiling process begins until the water becomes thick. No other ingredient is added at the time of boiling. Rather, you should present the spices at the time of serving. Khash is a traditional dish in some Caucasian countries too. Now, are you ready to do experiments with such foods and challenge your friends too? If yes, then good luck, and let us know in the comment section. We would love to hear from you guys. Before moving to the next, like the video, share with your fellow bosses, and subscribe to our channel so you get notified about our next amazing video. See ya!
That's disgusting, man. What are the other ingredients besides the head and feet of the animals? Notice how they didn't tell you that. Notice how they didn't tell you that. I sent you another one, Elder. You play that one too? These people eat anything. Let's see what Esau's eating here. Out of the corner.
Look at it's churning it into chocolate milk. It's turning it into chocolate milk, and then you just get in there and you can sip it right up.
As I am starting to record this video, I am realizing that my last 2 videos have both been about somebody eating or drinking something nasty. And well, today is going to follow suit, because I have found what is quite possibly one of the nastiest TikTok accounts in existence. Meet Banana Loves You Too, the worst chef on TikTok. Now, Banana Loves You Too specializes in making just absolutely disgusting dishes. Genuinely the most unappetizing well, not the most unappetizing. There's some worse things out there. Ugh. Words cannot describe how bad Banana's cooking is. And I don't know if it's even fair to call it cooking. That seems like an insult to actual chefs. It's more like just putting things together with heat. But why keep talking when I can just show you? So prepare yourself to enter the world of Banana Loves You Too. Please subscribe.
Okay, in there.
Okay, already off to a wonderful start here. If you're ever watching a video recipe, and they start off by clogging their toilet, I advise that you find something else to make for dinner.
And you're gonna just spiral it around like that. Some of this. There you go. This is the most important part, okay? Yeah, like a lot of it in there.
Okay.
This is not a tutorial on how to make a milkshake. This is a walkthrough on how to get a $5,000 plumbing bill. Imagine how stupid you would feel. From the videos that I've seen, I don't think that these people have children, so they can't even use that as an excuse. They have to explain to a grown-ass plumber that they decided to make a milkshake in their toilet, and that's why half the city's sewer lines are covered in hot fudge.
Make sure that it fills a lot of the tank, okay?
Like this?
Beautiful. Yep. And then watch what happens when you flush this, okay? If you want it extra creamy, just because there's a little bit of water mixed in there, you'll add some whipped cream. Yeah.
Oh
flush
my
it just 1
goodness,
second.
that is so extra.
Yeah. Yeah, just get a couple of cherries in there. Okay.
Go for it.
Look at it's churning it into chocolate milk.
This is honestly just embarrassing. These people look like they're in their early 30s, maybe 29, and they're actually doing this? I mean, like, really? This is not even cringy in your usual way. This is just genuine disappointment in two adults.
And then
It's
as it
going
comes
down.
up,
Wow.
it's churning into chocolate milk, and then you just get in there and you can sip it right up.
Imagine being this desperate for internet clout that you would actually make a milkshake in a toilet and then drink it. I mean, that is genuinely depressing to think about.
Alright, that should be good. Push that down into pie crust. Take your Velveeta cheese.
Nothing ever good happens after somebody says the words, "Take your Velveeta cheese." That's just a losing battle you're fighting there.
A rolling pin works really well for this. Take that. Put it
Wow.
over the fire. Perfect. Now, you're gonna take your biscuits and put it on top.
This must be some sort of like speed running method to try and get heart disease, because I do not see a practical application of whatever is being made here. It's just goop on top of goop.
Okay, now we're just going to...
Wow. That was great. And wow, look at that.
Yep.
Alright, so what I'm about to say might get me cancelled, but it needs to be said. Am I the only person who hates the seemingly never-ending trend of putting bacon on everything? I mean, I like bacon for breakfast alone, and that is it. I feel like it ruins anything else that it's on. I can't be the only one who feels this way, right?
Perfect. Okay, and we got a baking tray right there. Perfect.
Holy cow.
I'm gonna cut into it. Watch this. Look at all this.
Wow.
Yep, it's ready in there.
Let me see.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Look
Yes.
at that. That looks
You might want to toss that back in the oven for a minute. It's a little pink, don't you think?
so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Okay, so just looking at this gave me a heart attack, so I decided to do some calculations. So with about 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds of that tube hamburger meat, that's about 1,200 calories, plus 2,240 calories for an entire block of Velveeta cheese, and then I counted around 10 pieces of bacon, so about 600 calories for that, and then 1,560 calories for an entire thing of biscuits. Add about a 750 calorie pie crust to that, and you're looking at nearly 7,000 calories. And it looks like she's about to eat the entire thing.
Yep. Yep. There we go. And you take
Wait a second. What was that? Was that a tennis ball? That cannot be good.
your pre-melty frosting, and you just dribble a little bit of that over the top. We mush all of the little cupcakes up in here. Yep. Make sure there's plenty of flour.
Oh, you had the whole thing.
Yep. I'm gonna take it like this. Okay. And I'm going to mold a ball like that.
Yep.
Okay. Now you take your tennis ball, just like that. I'm gonna sprinkle some flour in there. You're just gonna put the little ball in there like that. Put the cap on like that.
You know what? I'm not even surprised at this point. Tennis ball cake pops? I mean, why not, right? Nothing needs to make sense anymore.
And this is gonna make like a perfect little cake ball. And that looks great. Roll that.
Now, I know that they know that you can get just as good of a shape, if not better, without a tennis ball, so it bothers me that they felt the need to use a tennis ball. Or, better yet, they could just go and buy a cake pop mold that is likely cheaper than a container of tennis balls.
That ball right into the sprinkles. Put it in your little cup like that. One sec, not done, okay? Not done. Right in that chocolate, like that. You want to coat the whole thing. Look at that.
Wow.
Alright, we're on to the last one. You've made it this far, don't give up on me now.
You need a lot of ground beef for this, okay?
Oh my god! An entire thing of that 5-pound tube hamburger meat is 7,000 calories. I think Nikocado Avocado has a new competitor.
So just do that first, and then we'll do a little roll like that. So now you take your macaroni ball, okay? And you put it right here in the center. This is Velveeta cheese, okay? You're gonna mold it as well, just like clay.
Everything she has made has contained nothing but beef and cheese. I have not seen a single seasoning. I haven't even seen her use salt. What is happening in this kitchen?
Yep. Carefully, just like a pie crust, okay? Like that. Look at that. Now you're gonna wrap the beef around this. Here we go. Great. You can peel.
This has gotta be a joke. What is this even supposed to be? A biscuit macaroni meatball? Is this some sort of ancient recipe? This is a crime.
And put them all around like this. Great. Okay, and you pop it in the oven. We'll take it out in a few minutes.
Incredible!
Doesn't that look amazing?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow. Look.
Wow!
Oh, that looks so good.
That meat is still mooing. Oh my god, look at all the juice. Whatever you do, don't think about drinking it. My channel is slowly turning into like a diet supplement. You come and watch one of my videos and you can't eat for the rest of the day. I might need to start marketing that. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to the...
So like I said, we got one more. One more video to play. Can you play the last video, Elder? One more video to play.
You got me dying laughing in the back. This is funny.
Like, yo.
Like you.
Because yo.
Nobody on this slide but ever eat you some food.
God,
You just don't know
man.
if you didn't.
Oh man, I don't never want to eat at an eat in my house. I don't never want to eat what they're eating. As you can see, they don't know how to cook. And like the Edomite that was on the commentary, he's saying that the chop meat is still moving. So this goes back again to where they was eating with that woman that we showed last Tuesday was eating the raw steak. This is what they do. Like, this is what they do. They eat raw animals, raw everything. It has to be raw, medium rare steak. Rare steak. They eat these things. And they want you to believe it's a delicacy. They want you to believe that. They want you to follow what they're eating. We learned that in 1 Maccabees 1 verse 40, where he told everybody to leave their laws. God didn't tell you to eat something that was still moving. He didn't tell you to eat anything that was rare. He didn't want you to eat something that was rare and still has blood coming out of it. He didn't want you to eat that. But these other nations, they do it. And they love it, as you can see right there. No seasoning, nothing. I mean, like, what the heck is, yeah. That couldn't be me. It's like an other, can we go to the last one? Last video I just sent you. I suppose it went to, I think it's one more that I'm missing. No, we played that one. That's not what I'm looking for.
Food that bites back.
We'll discover India's most bizarre meat market.
They're very cute.
And I'll sample some of the most shocking foods you'll find in this country.
When it comes to food in Nagaland, is there anything that's not okay to eat?
No, not as such.
So anything goes?
Yes.
Dog meat.
But first, let's back up. To get to India's iconic and macabre Mao market, I've journeyed all the way here to Nagaland. Nagaland is an Indian state located in the northeast of India, but the language, the people, the culture, and the food are completely unlike anything you'll find in the mainland.
This is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. It's like in a sci-fi movie when someone's making a clone of themselves and it's not quite finished yet.
Today, I'm on a mission to experience this country's most far-out foods and to understand why people eat this way.
Oh God, it's so leathery.
From newly born bug species,
oh look how active this one is,
to a medicinal Indian white rat soup.
I think someone forgot to mince that one.
It all starts here.
Good morning and welcome back to Northeast India. This morning we've come to Mao Market Complex. This place has everything and so many things I've never seen before. Insects, rats, animals bigger than that you might have as household pets. My goal here is to explore the market, see what kind of unique foods they have, and choose some that we're actually going to cook up and eat later. Let's get started.
Open daily from the crack of dawn, Mao Market is a bustling hub here in Nagaland's capital city of Kohima, a city of nearly 500,000, built upon rolling hills. The market is run mostly by tribal women who bring their own unique ingredients from surrounding regions. Ingredients like fresh produce, all the way to unusual local delicacies, like these guys.
Are they gonna bite me?
No, no.
They're very cute. In Vietnam, I've had gray rats or brown rats. To be honest, I've never seen white rats in a market. Usually white rats, you'd see them in a science lab, doing experiments, seeing if the shampoo will kill them, that kind of thing. Here, you're selling white rats for consumption. Is there a reason that people prefer white rats?
Actually, the white rat, it's we use as medicine. Yeah.
And what kind of illness
they
can
use it as medicine?
TB, typhoid, cough, flu.
How about COVID?
Yes, of course.
A little bit of COVID
yes,
help?
Yes.
Oh, Fauci doesn't like that.
Uh-huh.
No, he just wants the vaccine taken.
Yeah.
Meet Auntie Alibu. She's my host and soon she'll be our cook. Right now, I'm joining her as she picks up some ingredients for today's Naga-inspired meal.
When is the last time that you ate rat meat?
2 days back.
Really?
Yes.
So pretty common.
Yes.
How much do the rats cost?
One is 250.
This purveyor of fresh live rats has been in business for less than 1 year.
Where did they come from?
Already, she's become a regular go-to spot for locals. In particular, locals looking to cure their ails by eating food they believe have profound healing properties.
Actually, these rats are coming from the farm.
Aside from these white rats, her inventory includes other rodent species.
Right here, we have guinea pigs. I literally feel like I'm in a pet store right now, but all these animals get eaten.
Yes.
So is it treating the same illnesses and ailments?
Same.
Same.
Most of the people like this guinea pig. Per piece, it costs 600 rupees.
Okay, so over twice the price. But if they both do the same thing,
Yeah.
why would people buy the guinea pig?
Because the guinea pig is more tastier than the rat.
Ah, okay. There's one more rodent species I see here. This looks like a bamboo rat.
Yes, they are pretty expensive because it's very difficult to find the bamboo rats. We get only in the jungle.
How does a bamboo rat help someone's health?
We chop off the head and then the asthma patient, those who are having a breathing problem, they take the fresh blood for a medicinal.
Holy shit.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Drinking rat's blood.
Several white rats, guinea pigs, and a bamboo rat. Believe it or not, these animals will be the centerpiece for today's meal.
Why don't you go for this?
Oh my God.
With our shopping list half complete, we head deeper into the market for more.
I'm intrigued by this state because I know the diet is very different from anywhere else in India, but frankly, different from anywhere else in the world. When it comes to food in Nagaland, when it comes to animals, is there anything that's not okay to eat?
No, not as such.
So anything goes?
Yes.
Dog meat?
Yes.
Cat?
Of course. Yes, of course.
You see his face?
Despite what you
What?
You've got too much on your plate to worry about what to put on it
Yo,
next. That's where we come
dog
in.
meat, cat meat,
We're
anything
Factor,
goes with
your
these
one-stop shop for fresh, fully prepared meals, packed with premium
people. Anything
ingredients,
goes.
and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes flat. Did we mention delivered right to your door? Yeah, we got that covered too.
Hey, when you get a chance,
looks like eating well just
Isaiah
got a whole lot
66,
easier.
verse,
Visit
16 and
factormeals.com/50.
17. You
Use
put it on
code
the side.
NYWS50 to claim this New Year's offer.
Hey, Elvis Maya. Yeah, can you skip the commercials?
See here, the primary diet in Kohima includes pork, beef, chicken, fish, and mutton. Most of the exotic foods here, like the white rats, are believed to carry with them medicinal properties. Even dog meat is recommended for those recovering from wounds.
You've eaten dog meat before?
Yes, of course. I often take dog meat. Dog meat is so precious for the Naga people, especially for the sports person.
Like an athlete?
Yes. If you take dog meat, they get more strength.
You know, one of the big controversies around dog meat is how it's procured. You know, some places, maybe they farm it, but in some countries, people will go around, collect dogs on the street,
yes,
and then kill them and eat them. The dogs people are eating here,
yes,
are they farmed or are people just grabbing them from the street?
And most of the dogs are imported from outside of Nagaland.
Okay.
Example, from Assam.
But have you ever heard of a dog farm?
No,
There's
not
no
as
dog
such.
farm.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What are some of the other animals people eat in Nagaland?
Wild cat, deer, wild boar.
Are there monkeys around here?
Yes, of course there are.
You eat monkeys too?
Yes, I do.
Oh, so there's really no limit.
Yes.
Why do you think people eat so many different types of animals
Wild animals are so precious to us. They have different tastes.
and different effects?
Yes.
Centuries ago, the Naga were once warriors. Their way of life relied primarily on hunting wild animals. The love and pride of the hunt still remains deep in the Naga DNA to this day. At least for today, some of the more extreme pet proteins will not be on our shopping list. But this might be.
Here we have another animal I've not yet seen.
Yeah.
This is a woodworm.
Yes.
These look similar to a coconut worm, but longer and a little bit thinner.
Actually, it has a peculiar smell.
It is a little like flowery, maybe a little like pollen. It's hard to put my finger on it exactly. Well, I'm putting 2 fingers on one right now. This is huge. Can they bite?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Woodworms are found in dead wood from fallen trees.
They're red, they're thick, fat, they have a huge head and a giant mandible.
They are wood-eating larvae who aspire to one day become beetles. Instead, here, their life cycle is cut short as these gooey guys are tossed in a pot of hot oil and fried.
They're not moving so much anymore. Is this something you ate growing up?
No, after I crossed my teenager, I started eating.
When you were young?
Yeah.
Did it scare you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, we feel scary.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it took some time to build up the courage to
Yes.
try it.
Yes.
Let's go for it. Okay.
Yes, nice.
Kind of leathery, a bit gushy in the middle, and it has a really peculiar aroma, a fragrance that goes up your nose. What is that? It's like a little flowery. It tastes a little bit like soap.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yes, and it's yummy, in fact.
That's what it is. Yep, it tastes a little bit like dishwashing detergent, but it's not bad. This is a good starter worm. I wouldn't recommend right away that huge worm, but this one, if you're just starting out with worms, it's a good beginning worm.
Before leaving the market, Auntie Alibu introduces me to a vendor selling one of this market's most expensive yet bizarre buggy offerings.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
Meet Sinainu Mehta, full-time vendor and part-time Naga influencer. When she's not selling Nagaland's strangest hits, she's parked in front of a camera, noshing on her own recipes for one of YouTube's most far-out mukbangs.
I'm so excited to speak to you because you have one of the most unique foods I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
I believe these are hornet's nests, right? That's very cool.
A majestic creature with its dark piercing eyes and black gold stripes, evoking both wonder and a tinge of fear. This is a Nagaland hornet, known for their large size and potent pain-inducing sting.
If this sting, you get fever for 1, 2, 3 days.
Really? Well, this is a very dangerous food.
Luckily, these are premature hornets, days or more from emerging as fully mature adults.
There's this white, bubbly outer layer. She peels the cap off and then she reaches inside and grabs the hornet by the head, although she seems a little bit scared of the mandible. Oh, look how active this one is. Oh, and that's the larva.
Yes.
And this is a middle age, it's like half larva, half hornet. It's on its way to becoming a hornet. It looks like Neo from the Matrix when he was in that big bubbly tube and he was never meant to leave.
Nests like these are usually harvested during the second week of November, before the hornet larva can fully metamorphosize into sting-happy adults.
How do you sell these? Do you sell it by the bug? Do you sell it by the nest?
Once collected, the nest keeps the hornets fresh until they're ready for consumption.
4,500.
So about $50 for this whole nest right here. Why is it so expensive?
It's so difficult to find out, and actually the rich people, they take.
Can I tell you something? Today,
Yes.
we're the rich people.
Whoa. This tantalizing treat is prepared by dropping newborn hornets directly into hot oil. Add a pinch of salt to taste and voila.
These are gigantic. Ugh, and they still have their eyes and their heads. Let's do it.
But you want to eat it though. That's Esau.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's very big,
Yeah.
quite crunchy, oily, a bit similar to a grasshopper, but it's like 4 grasshoppers in one. Very big, but no bad flavor, just really crunchy and salty. I like it.
Try some more.
Thank you. Oh, you're so generous. Considering that whole nest is about $50, each one of these must be about $1
Yes.
per bite.
Yeah.
I'm curious, is there some health benefit that comes along with the hornet, or are these just yummy?
Any disease, sugar patient, diabetic patient.
What about prostate cancer?
Cancer
Oh, she's got something else for cancer.
Yeah. Cancer patient will take this larva.
Dinner. It's more than just a meal you make every night. It's a chance to slow down
And this is what the rich people do.
to be fully present in the moment.
Hey, Ella, can we skip the commercial?
Today, we'll show you how easy it is to practice mindfulness as you cook by focusing on your 5 senses. You can do this with any HelloFresh recipe. What do you see? Notice how the water bubbles, how the pasta softens and slowly sinks to the bottom. Do you hear anything?
Hey, Samaya.
What does it sound like? What do you smell? Can you smell each ingredient in the sauce? Parmesan? Garlic? Take a deep breath and feel the air fill up your lungs. Great work. It's time to treat yourself. How's it taste? Try to enjoy all the different textures in each bite and how it all comes together.
Use code YT16 for 16 free meals and free shipping, available for a limited time.
Esau eating
Why
fried
don't
hornet.
you own commercial real estate? Yes, you. Why don't you own commercial property? After all, just one commercial deal can dramatically impact your financial life forever. Just imagine one commercial deal paying all of your monthly expenses month after month after month. It can be done. Others are doing it, and so can you. So what's holding you back? Are you just not sure what to do or how to get started? Well, I can help you. Here's what I want you to do.
This is giant woodworm. Please try. Try. These are ready to eat.
I know, I'm not ready to eat, that's the problem.
Actually, these are not available in the market. Only during season time you'll get. Try.
Okay, I'll do it. Oh God, it's so leathery. It's so big. It already has my teeth prints in it.
good. How's the taste?
It's cold. It's not gushy, but it is gooey on the inside.
Hope you like it.
I gotta be honest, it actually tastes kind of good. It's not bitter, it's a little eggy. It's a nice taste, but the texture, ooh. The outside skin is very leathery and thick, and then inside it's like a thick paste. So now I cured cancer. Is that what happened? Thank you so much. You have a treasure of unique animal treats here. Stop bringing out new bowls, that's okay?
This is the...
No, you can put that right back where you found it.
With the hornet's nest crossed off our not-so-typical shopping list, it's time to trade the chaos of the market for the tranquility of a traditional Naga home. Few places in India can match the unique, stunning design of a traditional Naga house. They're a true testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the Naga people. Wood and bamboo, woven together and adorned with prizes from past successful hunts. Welcome to Ali Boo's home.
Wow, this is quite the welcome drink.
Yes, it is.
Joining us, Ali Boo's nephew, David.
We were just in the market. Ali Boo said that this is very good for asthma. Ali Boo, where's your glass?
Oh, I have no glass.
Made by mixing bamboo rat blood with whiskey, this reddish liquid is believed to be a precious medicinal concoction.
Her husband, my uncle, has asthma and he takes this quite often.
Quite often?
Yes.
Have you ever tried this before? No. Should we try it out?
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo! Tastes like whiskey.
It does.
Do you taste the blood?
I taste the iron, yes.
You all right? Do you need a Diet Coke?
No, I'm good, yes.
Heck yeah. I'm so curious about this place where we are now. This is a traditional Naga home.
It is.
The kitchen is huge.
In every Angami house, the kitchen plays the most important part of the house.
The Angami people, one of Nagaland's major tribes, have a rich culture and way of life.
This is how we preserve our meat. So during Christmas, we cut a lot of meat. We can't eat everything, so we cut it in strips and then hang it on top of the fire.
As an agrarian community, they're skilled in weaving and wood carving, with a strong connection to the land. But it's their hunting prowess that best demonstrates their ability to survive in the wild.
As I walked in, I saw a row of skulls. They look to be monkey skulls.
Yes, it is. All are hunted. And these are all decorations that have been there over 25 years, 30 years. So we have antelope, deers, stags. There's a leopard skull over here, next to the hornbill skulls.
Really?
Yeah.
So somebody hunted a leopard, killed it, and you ate it?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Hunting here is, or at least was, directly related to status, proving one's bravery and valor.
In the old days, we had no money. It was all barter system. Your standing in society will increase if you show that you are a better hunter than most.
But as modernization sweeps over this remote land, as the human population surges and the animal population decreases, we bear witness to a glorious past, told only through the relics of successful hunts tacked on the walls of this home. Cooking is underway and everyone is pitching in. Today, Auntie Alabu is serving up 4 Naga-style courses. The fire is lit, it's time to work. First, clean the rodents, including the white rats, guinea pigs, and bamboo rats. Torch and scrape away any remaining burnt bits. Remove the organs and tails and section up the meat. From here, the white rat will become part of a soup. Simply heat up your favorite rat cooking pot, add water, salt, ginger, and the rat meat. Then boil for about 30 minutes. Next, the bamboo rat and guinea pigs are made into a curry. In a hot boiling pot of water, our host carefully adds the proper ratio of salt, chili powder, fresh ginger, and the meat. Cook until the protein soaks up all that spicy broth. While we wait for dinner, it's time for an unusual snack.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
I saw these previously in Assam. There was a gentleman who had a silkworm farm. So you'd grow the worms, and then they would make cocoons, and then he would use the cocoons for silk, and then he would eat the pupa. So he couldn't eat the worms because then he would have no silk.
Right.
But here, we're eating worms.
The preparation is simple. In a steaming pot, add bamboo shoot water and ginger. Then the worms. Cook it down, then add some heat with king chilies and dried chives.
To go with this, we have a delightful beverage.
This is tutse, it's sticky rice beer.
Oh yeah, that's good though. I like that kind of fermented taste. The worm is kind of cooled down now. It's leathery, a little bit spiky on the outside. I see the head, it's kind of flattened out. Maybe all the juices that were inside have kind of leaked out.
Yes.
Let's try it out. It's got a thick skin, but it's also kind of hairy feeling too. Like when I used to practice kissing on my arm in high school. A little bit of hair, but I'd try to ignore it. Do you ever practice kissing on your arm?
I prefer the real thing.
No, not always available for me. I can taste the spices, but it's interesting because the broth has probably permeated the skin. It's gone through the skin, so the inside, when it squirts out its little wormy juices, it's kind of spicy, it's savory.
We like it very spicy and very hot, so that it keeps us company while we drink.
You know, what makes me so interested in Nagaland is partially how it's so different from the rest of India.
Yes.
Do folks here care about mainstream India? Do you consider what other Indian folks think about what happens in Nagaland or how you eat in Nagaland?
Not really. See, the thing is, we are unquestionably a part of India, but everything else is different. Our food habits are different, our customs are different, our religion is different. So as far as food habits are concerned, I don't think the Nagas really care about what other people say. We like the food that we have and we enjoy the food that we have.
All right, cheers to that.
Yeah. Thank you.
With our rodent-related soups and curries complete, Auntie's cooking concludes with the hornet larva. Carefully extracted from their nest and dropped into a boiling pot of water with just the right amount of salt, ginger, fresh bamboo shoots, and green chilies. This is a culinary experience not to be missed.
My gosh, you've outdone yourself. Is this all you?
Yes.
No help?
No.
Whoa, did you help her a little bit? I thought I saw you help her. I just feel like she's taking all the credit right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Joining our meal, David's sister, Une Nuo.
You've cooked all these foods before?
Yes, of course.
But have you, David, eaten all these foods before?
No, guinea pig is new. Albino mice rat is new. And this I've eaten.
Are you going to let the greedy heating companies and their crazy high prices decide your family is allowed to stay warm this winter?
So you've had the bamboo rat?
Yes.
So have I. I tried the hornet earlier, but I'm curious to try the larva. Wow. Like a thick paste inside. A little spicy. I can taste some of that ginger. Oh my God. Sorry, it's just that this is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. It's like in a sci-fi movie when someone's making a clone of themselves and it's not quite finished yet. That's what this is. Well, might as well eat it. Okay. Yeah, a little less pasty, a slight more of a crunch, like the exoskeleton was forming. It was baking in the kiln but didn't quite finish. What do you think?
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, you're doing your best to keep it together right now, aren't you?
David's sister grew up in this city, but as someone from the younger generation, she hasn't tried many of these dishes.
I think we should build up to the white rat, but here we have the guinea pig. A guinea pig, where I'm from, we see that as a pet, and they make cute sounds, they run around, and they have a lot of anxiety, but not anymore. Finally, these guinea pigs are at peace. I've got a piece here. It looks like a rack of ribs and a front leg. The skin is thick. The meat looks juicy. I can just kind of peel it right off the bones. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. My first impression is it tastes like greasy, dark chicken, like a KFC thigh or drumstick. That's cooled down a little bit. With a little bit of meat attached too. The skin is very fatty and gelatinous, and the flavors are quite nice. The seasonings, it's a little bit spicy, it's a bit fresh. I'm fascinated by this dish, albino rat soup.
Why don't you go for this?
Oh my God.
Albino rat
I think
soup.
someone forgot to mince that one. That's literally a whole rat. So we have a rich rat broth here. Should we give it a little bit of a sip? It's pretty nice.
I wish I could say the same.
I quite like it.
It's a little smoky, it's got collagen in it, it's fatty. It's almost like a chicken stock with a little bit of roasted flavor in there.
Yes.
Grab some meat. Okay, the back legs are pretty muscular. I think there's a lot of meat back here. I'm gonna try to squeeze some of it off. I got a quad right here. For me, it tastes pretty clean, neutral, maybe a little bit sweet. Fatty, definitely fatty. Nothing gamey, nothing too intense. It's quite neutral.
Nothing to remind you that it's a rat.
Well, almost nothing to remind you that it's a rat, except for the visual.
That's right.
Did you try any of the meat?
Right.
Oh, you
Yes,
did?
I did.
Good for you. Are you feeling healthier?
Yes.
I'm a bit curious. She said she's cooked it before. Meanwhile, you two have never even tried it before. Is it so that the new generation is straying away from some of these more exotic meats?
Personally, I spend a lot of my time outside in mainland India.
Okay, so you really developed your taste outside of this place.
Right. So I'm not very adventurous when it comes to food. But my sister and my aunt, they've been here all the while.
Well, hold on, but what's your excuse? You've been
I feel like our generation, we are more into processed food.
So like pizza,
Right,
burgers,
exactly.
sandwiches,
Yes, right,
things like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Does it bother you that the younger generation will probably not carry on these traditions?
Yes, of course. Because we have to treasure our culture, tradition foods.
Is there anything you can do about that?
I have to encourage them how to cook all these traditional dishes and of course how to preserve our culture.
As different cultures become modernized, pieces of the culture will naturally fall away. And soon they'll just become memories and stories that you'll tell your children, hey, one time with Auntie I tried some rat or some guinea pig, and maybe it's okay for some pieces to fall away, but at least we can have the awareness and the respect. Auntie?
Yes.
Cheers, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best Ever Food Review Show is a small team of independent creators, and everything we do here works because of you guys. Click the link in our description to join our Patreon and receive exclusive benefits. A peace. Why does it bother you that the younger generation will probably not carry on these traditions?
Because we have to...
Hold that thought.
It's gonna take a while.
2, 3, and 4. Done. Do you know how many people are in the capital?
more than a lakh.
More than a lakh?
Yes.
Wow, that sounds like an Indian unit of measurement, but I don't know.
Yes.
What is a lakh?
More than a lakh people in Kohima, the population.
I know. Americans don't know lakh. When is the last time you ate monkey?
2 years ago.
Oh, this is weird. I've eaten monkey more recently than you.
Yes, you have. Yes, I've seen you.
I noticed she only has one. Is that more rare?
It's very difficult to find the bamboo rats.
Quiet.
They chop off the head and drink raw blood.
Oh yeah, now I remember though. In my head, I'm thinking, holy cow. Actually, I was thinking, holy shit. I remember when I was in Vietnam, I actually did drink raw bamboo rat blood with vodka. So I guess I have had that actually, which is odd. Boom, guys, that is the end of video number 3 here in Northeast India. Thank you for keeping an open mind as you watch this video. And hey, let me know, what are the top 10 foods from this video that you would want to eat? Or top 5? Top 1? None of them? Wait, did we eat anything normal today? I ate a piece of rice on accident. Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. A peace. All right. You know, I should have asked them if they eat Pop-Tarts. I asked about a lot of foods, but maybe they're against Pop-Tarts. They said they'll eat anything that walks. You know, a Pop-Tart doesn't walk. Maybe they don't eat Pop-Tarts.
As the sister said, I am glad I am an Israelite. We are not to eat those things. I have 2 more videos to show real quick. 2 more videos. Hey, Elder Tamaya.
Are you going to go into the car? Okay, you're saying even that famous artist people didn't realize how great they were during their life.
All over the craziness.
How believe that you don't need my concept. You fix up, don't you? Think it through in your mind. What are you waiting for? You must do it.
Drop it, man.
Whatever you do, do it, do it, do it, do it. Go ahead now. Whatever you do, do it, do it, do it.
One of the responsibilities of men here is to protect the child.
I have 2 small videos. I mean to keep bothering like that. I'll send you the last 2 small videos. There's one called Inside a Cambodian Town. So these all goes with Leviticus, where it tells them not to eat these things. And these people eat all these things. It's just appalling and disgusting to see these things and how they cook it, prepare it. And Esau, remember, in Genesis, it tells you Esau took them as wives. He took them as wives. I mean, women took them as husbands. So this is why he liked to eat these things.
In this Cambodian town, deep-fried tarantulas are considered a delicacy. Nicknamed Spiderville, the people of Scon have been hunting tarantulas in the nearby jungle for generations. The town's most talented tarantula hunters, some as young as 5 years old, can dig up 100 spiders a day from their burrows. They carefully remove their fangs to avoid being on the receiving end of a painful bite. Traditionally, they were only used medicinally to help with backache, breathing problems, and even as an aphrodisiac. But in the 1970s, when the brutal Khmer Rouge regime took control of Cambodia and starvation was a very real threat, people turned to whatever food sources were available. In this case, spiders. Over the years, locals developed a real taste for the 8-legged snack, which can be barbecued on a stick or deep-fried in oil. The legs are said to taste like chicken, but novice spider samplers may want to avoid the abdomen, which holds a bitter, brown paste containing a mixture of organs, excrement, and sometimes eggs. However, true tarantula connoisseurs claim that this is the most delicious part. The area draws crowds of tourists, fascinated by this unusual food choice. But in future years, it might not be that unusual for a bowl of creepy crawlies to be commonplace worldwide. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization cited insects as being an invaluable nutritional food source in the coming decades, as world population continues to increase. So what are you waiting for? Dig in!
All right, and the last one, top 3 of the most cruel foods in China. That'll be the last one for the day. I have a couple of minutes to finish off with some scriptures. This is why we keep telling our brothers and sisters to gather yourselves together. You are very special. You are not to eat these things. We read that in Leviticus chapter 11, and we went down to every last one. These are the things we are not to eat. These are abominable foods.
The heck?
No. Monkey brains. Look at that.
Ah.
And they usually eat it raw.
Yep. Yep, I've seen it. I saw that years ago. I think I was almost a teenager when I saw it. I couldn't believe that mess.
Turtles. And that is it for us with those videos.
So what?
So again, kings and queens, it is an honor to be an Israelite.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, for people to just eat such wicked things as that, it is truly disgusting. And only thing they could tell you and lie about to you is that it have all kind of medicines in it to help with cancer or this or with that or with this. As you notice, the people that was cooking it, when he was asking those questions, they were hesitating to ask because, again, they were lying. They were lying. The plants and the fruits of the earth, the Most High God has given us, those are the cures for cancers and things like that. And this is why they murdered a lot of doctors who uses those things to produce those things as medicines for us. This is why they've done such a thing. So let's get Isaiah 66, verse 17.
They that stand behind the green tree eating the abomination in the mouth, eating swine's flesh, abomination in the mouth, shall be destroyed together.
Go on. Hey, Mighty King, do you hear us? Or did he go on mute? I'm going to read it out for us. The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Which means he's going to destroy a lot of these people. And not just these people, but a lot of our people. Because a lot of our people joined unto them and wants to be down with these people. They want to eat fried maggots. They want to eat burnt hornets. They want to eat deep fried tarantulas. They want to eat these things, monkey brains. They want to eat these things, white rat soup, bird spit soup. They want to eat these things. They want to be with these people. They want to be accepted by them. Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one trees in the midst. What we just looking at, these people in the gardens. They're out there behind the trees in their tree houses. They're out there eating these things. Eating swine's flesh and the abomination and the mouse. What the hell you think a rat is? What you think a rat is? Shall be consumed together, save the Lord. I mean, these people are sorely disgusting, but this is what we have to go through out here in this world for now. For now. So now I would like to let's get Zechariah chapter 1, verse 1. We're going to go through 6, 1 through 6. Zechariah chapter 1, 1 through 6. There you go, King.
Salakia, I had to leave and come back.
I figured that.
All right, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, and verse 6. But my words and my statutes, which I commanded my servants, the prophets, did they not take hold of your fathers? And they returned and said, like as the Lord of hosts thought to do unto us, according to our ways and according to our doings, so hath he dealt with us.
Right, so has he dealt with us. He's given us these statutes, these laws and commandments. The same way he gave it to our ancestors. Our ancestors weren't eating these things. The ones who followed the laws of God were not eating these things. They were not. Let's go up to 5.
Come, verse 5. Your fathers, where are they? And the prophets, do they live forever?
No, we haven't lived forever. Because again, it was told to us that when we break his laws, and once we've broken his laws, we will die. Look at what happened with Moses. Moses was 100 and something years old, still able to run, jump, kick, swim, stand, and do all these magnificent things. His eyesight has never worried him. He never had to wear glasses. At almost 200 years old, he never had to wear glasses. Probably could have still been dunking on Shaq's head or somebody. This is how strong Moses was. But again, like it tells us in Psalms 83, verse 6 and 7, that we have to die like men. We are the children of God, but we have to die like men because of what Adam and Eve have done. Let's continue. Let's get what was that? Let's jump down to 13 to 16.
Verse 13. And the Lord answered the angel that talked with me with good words and comfortable words. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
Continue.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies. My house shall be built in it, saith the Lord of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem.
He's going to return to us with mercies. Let's get real quick, Romans 9, verse 4. We're going to start at 3. Because this is what a lot of people have to understand. Like God was saying here, he's going to return. And he's going to send his son down here. He's going to have mercies on us. Mercies on us. This mercies is not for everybody else. This is why we are to gather ourselves together. We are not to be out there eating abomination, the flesh or mice and things like that. We're not to be trying these so-called cuisines that they have out there. We're not to be eating these things. We're not to be trying out these things these other people, these other nations eat. As you've seen that young Cambodian woman, she was looking at it like, what the hell is this we eating? Right, it's an abomination. She was saying her generation grows up of what? Processed food, pizzas and things like that. You damn right, because she didn't want to be eating the whole rat soup. When you got a king, bring that out for us.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of Yahweh, and the promises.
And the promises. Everything that the Most High God was given to us. We just read that in Zechariah that he said he would come down with mercies upon Jerusalem. That's for us. That's for us, not for anybody else. This is why we must gather ourselves together. Gather ourselves together. We can't be with these people. We can't move like them or want to move around them. I mean, it's hard to move around these people because they're everywhere now, thanks to the daughter of Babylon. Everybody's in our backyard. Everybody bringing their wicked cuisines and their wicked ideas into our backyard where we're at. And they make sure they put them all over where the slaves were at. They make sure of that. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy. If you think that you're going to go get some Chinese food and you're going to get some beef or broccoli, you don't know what kind of damn beef that is right now, as you see here. You don't know what that is. Or that, what is that? Sweet and sour chicken? Yeah, right. Sweet and sour white rat. Sweet and sour dog meat. They got plenty of posters up around my neighborhood about their dogs missing. I now know where they went to. Oh, man. Let's get Micah 6 chapter 3. Micah 6 verse 3. And we go read down to 9.
And this is the book of Micah, chapter 6 and verse 3. O my people, what have I done unto thee? And wherein have I wearied thee testify against me?
Salakia. Now, he's saying this because he see the pain that we have to go through. He's seeing this. And he sent his son down here, and his son feels every bit of our pain. Especially when he went again in slavery. He felt every bit of our pain. Every bit of it. Didn't Christ cry almost every day for what we had to go through? So if he was crying, what makes you think the Heavenly Father was feeling the same thing? What makes you think that, Khan? What makes you think that? They feel the pain of their people. But again, in the same way as when we tell our children, this is going to hurt me more than it hurt you. Why do we say that things? We don't want to punish our children, but our children are hard-headed. So they must get punished. The same way as our ancestors were hard-headed, they must get punished. And we have to bear their iniquities. This is why he's giving us a leeway to come out of these things. The ones that believe on his son, who the Old Testament Israelites saying that is nothing but a lie, but a devil. This is why in Daniel he tells you he's a stumbling block to those who don't believe. A stumbling stone, and he will grind them until dust, as I'm paraphrasing. This is why he says such things. This is why we are, again, to gather ourselves together. They get mad when we come out there on the feast days. They tell us, you don't have no Levitical priest in order for you to go out there and do these feast days. But wait a minute. The Most High sent his son back to us, and his son said, I make you kings and priests on this earth. But the Old Testament Israelites don't believe that because they don't believe in the New Testament. They said it was written by the Greeks, and the Greeks are nothing but devils. Didn't Paul just say neither Greek nor Jew? Who is he talking to? Our people. We then went into 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 33 and 34, where he calls our people at that time heathens. We then went into 1st Maccabees just a few hours ago. We went to 1st Maccabees 1, verse 40, going all the way down with the Grecians. Antiochus told our people to come into one nation, one people, forget our laws, and they all became Greeks. So what are they talking about? Let's see. We can't keep continuing to arguing with our people who don't want to listen and don't want to learn. This is why Christ said, agree with them quickly. Agree with them. I just delete him off my page. Unfriend him, get him out of here. I don't have no time for that. I don't have no time for that. I want to be around like-minded men, women, and child who wants to follow the Most High God's laws and who keep the faith of his son, Hamashiach Yahawashah. I don't want to be around anybody else. Nobody else. I don't even want you on my Facebook page, my Instagram page. I'm taking you off, cutting you off quickly. I don't even want to hear it. I'm here to gather myself together with the men, women, and child who want to do the will of the Most High God and keep the son, the faith of his son. Our Savior, who's coming back for us. That's all I want to be around. Let's continue, King.
For I brought thee up out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed thee out of the house of servants. And I sent before thee Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. O my people, remember now what Balak, king of Moab, consulted, and what Balaam, the son of Beor, answered him from Shittim until Gilgal. that ye may know the righteousness of the Lord.
Continue.
Wherewith shall I come before the Lord, and bow myself before the high God? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old?
Right. We can't come before him now with calves of a year old. We can't come before him with offerings. Why we can't? Because we don't have our temple. We don't have our temple. So we can't do those things. All the other Israelite camps understand that we can't do these things. We can't go out and sacrifice animals. We can't do these things. What Esau tried to say, which is wrong and unhumane, they telling us that's unhumane in order to sacrifice things to God, but yet you got the same people in our damn backyards eating rat, eating cat, cooking damn puppies, eating damn bird slop, bird spit, eating damn rodents, eating damn bugs. You got them out here in the backyard doing these things, but you telling us we can't sacrifice to our God. Let's get Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 3.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
Man, I hope we are. I hope we are. That is a very terrible day. As many of us say, we wish that Christ would come back now. I know, like he said, woe to them who wish the day of the Lord. You know, it's kind of like a two-edged sword because we're living in this wicked kingdom. We don't want to be here. We have to endure, and we want to get out of here. We want to get away from these people. Now I understand and see why the other tribes left Israel and came over here to Asherah to get away from those wicked people. To get away from them that's eating raw monkey brains. To get away from these people that's eating the damn dogs and everything out there. To get away from that. People who are making damn milkshakes in the toilet. I understand now why they wanted to get away from these people. Same way as I want to get away from these people. I do not want to be around them. Nowhere near them. They are profane, and there is no one as much as profane as Esau is. As you see, who they use to go out there to eat every damn thing, Esau. And he telling you it's a cuisine and it's a delicacy in these people. Boy, the word etymology they use to confuse our people. Let's get Joshua 2, verse 9.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 2. And verse 9. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you.
John. They know that this land was given to us. They know that. Everything was given to us. It was made for us. And they don't want you to have it back. They don't want you to have it back. They want to continue to profane your land, destroy it, just like they destroyed our temple. And who's the one that's doing it the most? Esau. He always had a perpetual hatred for it. Same way as these people have now to this day. Now, we done spoke about that plenty of times. How the Ku Klux Klan is out here. We got a lot of these so-called Caucasians out here talking about, oh, the black people are lazy, they always on welfare. All they're gonna do is have babies, get on welfare, get the money, use it for drugs, smoke weed, and do this and do that and do this and do that. But they haven't gotten off their asses and learned and did some research and find out the main people right now who are on so-called welfare is Amalek. Amalek is the main one on welfare, collecting thousands. They get a secret code that they have to say in order for them to get thousands, while their men are still out there working at their jewelry stores and everything else. So these wicked Caucasians who continue to say such things like that, and you trying to tell me that they love us? You want to be friends with these people? You want to be friends with these people who blames everything on us? Because what do? When they get to the media makes sure he exposed and blast our wickedness. They blast our wickedness on the TVs. They make sure of that. And they make sure they hide every wickedness of the Jewish people. You might hear one or two here and there, and then they sweep it under the rug. You won't hear it no more. Let's get Judges chapter 1 through 4.
Could you repeat that out?
Judges.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 1 and verse 4. And Judah
1 through 4. Slakia.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 1 through 4. Now after the death of Joshua, it came to pass that the children of Israel asked the Lord, saying, who shall go up for us against the Canaanites first to fight against them? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand.
Slakia. So now, the same thing as what's going on now. Who's going to go up ahead? Who's going to go up first? It's going to be Judah. We're here to gather the rest of our brothers and sisters. We're here to gather our warriors, gather them together, and get ready for this great war. When Christ come back, who is from the tribe of Judah, he's going to lead us into victory. But first, again, we have to do what? Gather ourselves together. Plain and simple. We must gather ourselves together. The same thing that happened before is going to happen again. But this time, this is the last time. This is the last time. So we have to go against these Canaanites. We have to go against these Edomites, these Moabites, these Ammonites, Gog and Magog. We have to go against these people. This is the last time. We have to gather ourselves together. Let's continue, King.
And Judah said unto Simeon, his brother, come up with me to my lot, that we may fight against the Canaanites. And I likewise will go with thee into thy lot. So Simeon went with him. And Judah went up, and the Lord delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hand. And they slew of them in Bezek 10,000 men.
Look at that. This is how mighty our people was when we trusted on the Most High God. When we listened to him. When we followed his statutes, laws, and commandments. We were able to slay 10,000 men. Now, it didn't say that we lost any men that was out there that was following the laws of God. It never said that. So I'm led to believe. Now, we know usually when you have war, we have casualties of war. But if you continue to do the will of the Most High God, follow His statutes and commandments, He's not going to let you die. He is not. So that's another thing I want to point out. I know it might seem too far-fetched for some people out there, but if you're doing the will of God, you're following His Son, you're keeping the faith, He's not going to let you die at that end. This is the last war. Even here, it didn't say that we had casualties or many of our people died. It didn't say that. Now, when you have other wars where our people did not believe, like when Moses told our people, don't go out there, what happened? A lot of them was what? Murdered, destroyed, slain. It tells you that. So this right here, it didn't tell you that our people were slain, did it? Let's get 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 21. And we're going to read to 28.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 1, verse 21. And the man Elkanah and all his house went up to offer unto the Lord the yearly sacrifice of his vow. But Hannah went not up, for she said unto her husband, I will not go up until the child be weaned, and then I will bring him, that he may appear before the Lord, and there abide forever. And Elkanah, her husband, said unto her, do what seemeth thee good. Tarry until thou have weaned him. Only the Lord established his word. So the woman abode and gave her son suck until she weaned him. And when she had weaned him, she took him up with her with 3 bullocks and 1 ephah of flour and a bottle of wine, and brought him unto the house of the Lord in Shiloh. And the child was young. And they slew a bullock and brought the child to Eli. And she said, O my Lord, as thy soul liveth, my Lord, I am the woman that stood by thee here, praying unto the Lord. For this child I prayed, and the Lord have given me my petition, which I ask of him. Therefore also I have lent him to the Lord. As long as he liveth, he shall be lent to the Lord. And he worshipped the Lord there.
And that was one mighty deed that a woman, a sister have done. She have given her son to the Lord. Give it to him. And he had become a mighty man. I mean, a very special and mighty man on this earth. One who helped gather his people together under the laws of God. The one who held crowned the first king on earth of his people for the Most High God. Very special indeed. Let's get 1 Samuel chapter 2, 1 through 10. And that will be my last. I have much more, but for time's sake, I will end it there. Hey, Salaki King, can you hear us or you on mute?
My bad. I didn't realize I was on mute. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 1 through 9. And Hannah prayed and said, my heart rejoiceth in the Lord. Mine horn is exalted in the Lord. My mouth is enlarged over mine enemies, because I rejoice in thy salvation.
So now we gotta rejoice and the salvation of our God. We're going to rejoice that he sent his son back to save us and to lead us into victory. We're going to rejoice when that happens. The same thing as she rejoiced, the same thing we're going to do. I'm getting hyped up already because of that. Let's continue.
There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none beside thee. Neither is there any rock like our God. Talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
Salakia. And by him, actions are weighed. This is why we always tell our people, stop talking, running your mouth, saying you love God, but you're not keeping his laws. Stop talking about, oh, you love Christ, but you're not doing what he said. You're not doing what he said. You rather love doing what men said or what men is doing instead of following what the Most High God is doing. Now, we all know it's not an easy walk to do these things, especially now in the time that we're in. We know that. But this is what makes you so much more of a special person when you try to keep your statute, laws, and commandments. When you try to do it at this time, at this day and age. Very special. This is why he always wants us to do what? Gather ourselves together. Let's continue.
God, the bows of the mighty men are broken, and they that stumbled are girded with strength. They that were full have hired out themselves for bread. They that were hungry ceased, so that the barren hath borne 7, and she that hath many children is waxed feeble. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. For by strength shall no man prevail.
Gone. No man is going to prevail by their own strength. Your own strength has nothing to do with, how can I say it? Your strength that you have cannot compare to the strength of the Most High God. We are weak right now without him. As much weights I like to lift at the gym, all that don't mean nothing. It means nothing. I need Yahweh with me. I need Yahweh to be by my side. Without them, I am truly nothing. No strength. I'm not strong. I am weak as hell. Plain as simple. Now, he said we got to go through these things. He maketh poor, he maketh rich. So some of us, he want us to be poor, to have that kind of feeling that we poor with the Most High God. Because a lot of us, we don't know how we would act if we were rich. We don't know how we would act, how we would move. Until we get everything right, until we get into our homeland, we shall be rich. We shall have all these things. We shall have the blessings that he promised us, as it told us in Romans 9 verse 4. We shall have those things. And I know there's a lot of brothers out there right now who are doing their thing, but that's just a few brothers here and there, here and there, here and there. Not everybody. But when that time comes, we will all be living in mansions. We will all have our time. We will all have our land. And that's his will and that's his promises. So before we leave, Just one more time. Let's get Romans 9 verse 4. Once more. Slacky King, I think you're on mute again.
I don't know. I think somebody keep muting me or something. Romans chapter 9, verse 1 through, I think,
1
4.
through 4. Yeah, 1 through 4.
I say the truth in Christ. I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh and the promises.
God and the promises. He promised to have many mansions for us. He promised us to give us back our earth. He promised us that we're going to be there forever and we're going to be with his son. He promised us these things. He promised us happiness. He promised us that he's going to wipe away all the tears from our eyes. He promised us he's going to rule over our oppressors. Once again, you learn that in Isaiah 14, chapter 1, verse 2. He promised us all these magnificent things. And as long as we continue to gather ourselves together, continue to do his laws, we will have those laws. We will have those great promises. We will have the services of the Most High God. He will come, he will help us, he will heal our heart, and he will also heal our land. And with that, all praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, by way of his magnificent son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. Kwam Yasharala! Roar for your God, Yahweh!
Kwam Yasharala. Kwam
Kwam
Yasharala.
Yasharala!
Roar for your God.
Come, mighty King.
Good lesson, mighty lessons.
All praise to the Most High, man. I hope I didn't gross out a lot of you brothers and sisters. I want to gross you out too much.
You did.
They gonna blow me up.
Oh yeah, you got me, but it was worse last week.
Oh man, oh God.
Yeah, last week was a little bit worse.
So I disagree. This week was way worse.
You said last week was way worse?
God, yeah.
All right, God. Well, again, I know it was disgusting, but I've seen this film already, so my stomach wasn't able to be turning. And I have a strong stomach. So when I see these things, it just amazes me that these people have the audacity to do such wicked things. These same people that claim that they love God, that God is coming to save them, or they know of God, or they love his son Christ, but yet you're out there eating minced meat, bats, fried tarantula, your own feces, dog feces, and these are the people who trying to tell you what's right or what's wrong. These people. Around like this is the reason why he tells you in Ezra and Nehemiah that these people, these same people, were taken away from being priests in the church, taken out of priesthood. Because you cannot go out there and teach the word of God. It doesn't belong to you. You don't understand the laws. You don't know the laws, so you cannot teach the laws. And then you got certain people like what's this dude's name? I forgot his name because he's nothing to me. He's nothing to me. Malone, whatever his name is. Another dude that constantly debates with Shikari and telling everybody else at a Christian church that we're in the new covenant, when the covenant doesn't even pertain to you. It's like they skip over Romans 9 and 4. They skip over Revelation 12, what was it, 13, 9 and 10. They skip over Revelation 22 and 14. They skip over these things and trying to put themselves into the will or into the promises that they will never receive. They try to. Like I said, once again, it's just an honor to be an Israelite. Because otherwise, we could have been like those other nations out there. He could have left us out there and we could have been eating all that stuff like they was eating. So be very happy the Most High God chosen you. Like you said, we haven't chosen him, but he's chosen us. Be very happy. Be very happy that you don't have to be like these other nations. And you don't have to eat what the hell they were eating or doing what they was doing. White rat soup. I'm like, what? What the? You eating a rat. White rat soup. And I gotta walk past these people every day and look at them sideways like, that's your culture. All praise due to the Most High God, and I don't have to deal with such a wicked thing. Oh man. So my brothers and sisters, do you have any more questions? I'd like to get ready to do the prayers of the Most High, our Lord's prayers. I give everybody 5 minutes. We can turn to the east, pray toward Jerusalem. This is a very, very rough time that we're in right now. We have to keep the faith, continue to gather ourselves together with our peoples, gather ourselves together for the Most High. So we have the mark of the Most High sealed in our foreheads. Because 2024 is going to be rough. It's going to be rough. They're not going to be playing. Esau got his things and what he wants to do, and the Most High is going to let it all hang out. I'm just saying, you see what's going on out there. The wars, Russia and China are coming closer together to de-dollarizing their nations and things like that. Yemen is taking down a lot of American fighters. Iran is speaking up. They're ready to strike. So all the countries that said they are weak, they are becoming strong. Divided, they shall fall, but as one, they're going to stand. And that is the will of the Most High, to use them against Esau and his grandson. This is the Lord's Prayer in Paleo Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malafaka, Dabash, Radazaka, Haya, Isha, Bashamayim, Netanawa, Lacham, Kalawam, Wasalachnawa, Sabawafnawa, Kasalach Dayanawa, Wala, Dayabanawa, Panesanayawan, Abal, Hawashinawa, Mayan, Rai Laka, Kaya, Hawalach, Wahwahazla, Wahata Paraf, Laiwalayam, I thank the Most High God for choosing me to be an Israelite, to be one of his sons, a son of God, I thank him for waking up my people and bringing the spirit back upon him to want to do his righteous will. And I thank him for bringing the death and the plagues and all the diseases he said he brought upon Egypt, bring upon them. I'm thankful that he sent his son back to rescue us, to lead us to victory. And I'm thankful that pretty soon we will be set back in our own land. Amen. Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Aha Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Aha Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh God. Oh, what a way. Still have a long way to go, Israel, but time is coming to an end as we see it.
Yeah, and it's a little up now. So
we had a rough year in 2023. It's about to get rougher.
That's right.
It's about to get more and more, I mean, off the hook for real. All we got to do is endure. And once we endure, keep his faith, keep his laws, we should be out of here. And with that, my beautiful people, shalom.
Shalom.
Whoa.
Praises.
Shalom.